Hey everybody, this is Travis from the T-Carp channel, here for another reading of the Sasquatch Awareness Project for you guys. Wanted to give a big shout out to Dave Pilates. He on his last video, he announced that I would be speaking with him and introducing the new Cryptid 101 at the Smoky Mountain Bigfoot Conference. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be there. I'm going to be introducing it for just like 5-10 minutes, talking about some of Dad's work, why Cryptid 101, why he was maybe an inspiration for them, and things like that, and just kind of telling him and telling you guys thank you for all you've done. Thank you for being a part of this community. Again, I never realized, never thought how much this community would do for me and my family. And I'm just so grateful and just honestly get up there and just tell y'all thank you. So with that being said, we're going to continue in our Sasquatch Awareness Project. We're going to continue on page 55. And in the, are the Sasquatch dangerous? We're going to start with this one on paranormal or supernatural abilities. This is the part that people get really kind of, Here's my thing. There's several sections of the Bigfoot community. There is the It's a Big Hairy Ape section. It's a People, the Sabe section. There are, I think I'm saying that right, and if I'm not, please, destroy me in the comments. I get it. But there are the Peoples where they think that. And that's a very valid point. And there's thoughts of where my dad thought and where I think is that there are Nephilim. And a lot of people get really wrapped around the axle here. But what we found is, and most researchers will find, the longer they do it, the longer they research, the more out there these Bigfoot get. And you try to be this person that is super scientific and it's like this, but there are some things that are just paranormal and we don't have answers for, and that can't just be absolutely explained away by, oh, it was this, or oh, it was that, or, all this different things. Wanted to quickly get into, there was a hiker, and I'm just going off of memory. There's a hiker up where we live. He went up to Treatmont. He's very experienced hiker, by the way. He's been on the AT, and it's not a joke to be on the AT. I've spent a night up there, done it. It's no joke. So if you've done, I think he did 70-something miles on the AT. So this guy knows what he's doing. He's a paramedic, and said he had a saline solution with him in an IV bag. But, if you're a paramedic and that's what you carry, that's cool. I just don't know people that do that. But he said he got up to his campsite and fell ill, like crazy ill. Now, Dad has talked about the illness thing, people just feeling that overwhelming illness. This guy felt it so bad that he's like, I've got to start an IV or something bad's going to happen. Not just liquid IVs or, when we're hiking, we usually have water, we have solution, we have these gels that are called liquid IVs, or just basically these gels that have a bunch of carbs, a bunch of sugar, just to get our bodies back into it. And this guy started an IV and did that, and apparently it fell out. He was starting to bleed out. There's some crazy stuff that happened, and he talks about having out-of-body experiences, and someone moved it. It's very, very, very strange when we look at it through the lens of like Dave Pilates' Missing 411 or the Sasquatch Awareness Project, things like that. It's just very, very different. I'd love to meet the guy and talk to him, and I'm not trying to sway him either way. I just want to listen and learn. It's just very, very interesting. The guy's extremely lucky to be alive. Let's be honest. You get lost up there for 2-3 days. I mean, we're lucky to be alive. Anyway, let's get to the paranormal or supernatural abilities. Let's start reading, and we're reading at page 55. So, let me start that back. All right. During an encounter, many people report odd occurrences that are not easily explained. If you have had an encounter or ongoing contact with the Sasquatch, you may have experienced these odd occurrences. These oddities further complicate an already earth-shattering experience to one's psyche. It is the 1-2 punch. Seeing a Sasquatch causes a major shock to the system. Then the witness will see the Sasquatch display an ability that can only be described as paranormal or supernatural. Along with the Sasquatch exhibiting these abilities during an encounter, other phenomena can accompany an encounter. These include fully charged batteries being drained. A good example of that is Tony Merkel and his crew came to the house and have had that so many times. Fully charged batteries, boom, pop. And I kept telling him, I was like, that happens all the time with Dad. That happens all the time. Me and him go and we do these hikes together, and boom, these fully charged GoPro batteries will just die in an instant. And it's like, what's going on here? Electronics malfunctioning. Yep. Lost time. Memory loss. Disorientation. The woods going completely and unnaturally silent. That describes a lot of what we've heard. I mean, a lot of people that don't know anything about Sasquatch or anything about this report things like that. So, again, just be aware. Be thinking of these symptoms, kind of like a doctor. It's like, what symptoms are they portraying? And it's like, oh, okay, that matches this, that matches this, that matches this. One must come to grips with and accept that the Sasquatch have both knowledge and abilities we do not understand. Because their genetic lineage, they have inherited certain abilities from their fallen angel progenitors. I can't say the word. The presence or absence of paranormal or supernatural abilities and their extent that they are exercised depends on the genetic purity of the individual Sasquatch. That's the key. So how much purity do they have in this part? How much angel DNA do they have? If they don't have a lot, if they're like 2/3 human, 1/3 angel, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you there. But the more angel you have, the more pure or more abilities that you are going to have. And that was my opinion, and that's Dad's opinion. Interbreeding with humans over hundreds of years has diluted the genetics of certain clans and individuals. This can be related to the region of the country and the availability of human mates. The southeastern United States is a region where human and Sasquatch interbreeding appears to be most prevalent, while the Pacific Northwest Sasquatch appears to be more pureblood. This is based on the shape of the head and the reports of paranormal related to Sasquatch sightings. Interbreeding happened to some extent all across North America. The following is a list of Sasquatch paranormal abilities I have personally experienced. So this is what my dad has personally experienced. Infrasound. Low frequency sounds can cause memory loss, confusion, nausea, trigger flight or fight responses, cause hallucinations, and if at the right frequency and strengths, unconsciousness or even death. The Sasquatch can create infrasound, and in my experience, the Sasquatch has used infrasound to encourage me to leave an area by generating fear and disorientation. So, going back to what caused my father's death, which was a brain aneurysm. Brain aneurysms are basically a knowledge of it is a blood vessel bursting, and if you had just enough of this stuff, enough of causing that and maybe weakening it, who knows? But I don't think the infrasound helped. I just don't think it helped the product, the issue. So, am I saying that Sasquatch caused my father's death? No, but I am saying it didn't help, and I do think that it could have led to it. I really, really do. So I just don't know. I just don't think it helped. Zapping. The Sasquatch, or get back to infrasound. The Sasquatch also used infrasound on me to implant suggestive behavior. That's interesting. turn around and leave. During this same encounter, my memory was altered. I was videoing an area, zoomed in to reveal the Sasquatch looking at me through the foliage, and then, unexpectedly, I stopped filming, mumbled to myself, and then walked away. Upon my return home, I reviewed the footage and was shocked that I had captured a Sasquatch on video and bewildered by my behavior. Analysis of the audio recorded showed extreme intense infrasound encounter. So there you've got it right there. It's just that infrasound bursting, and just causing that confusion. They can do things that we just don't understand. And if you believe in the Bigfoot phenomenon, which most of us should, and if you don't, I understand. Here's the problem: like there is Bigfoot out there. We've established that, and they can do things, and they have abilities we just don't understand. Zapping. So let's look at zapping real quick. A phenomenon that may be related to infrasound. The person who experienced zapping feels an electric-like shock go through their body. This shock can stun, disorient, and is extremely unpleasant. The physical effects cause nausea and in some cases blood in the urine. Again, that has had that before. A researcher in California that had been zapped dozens of times claimed that the prolonged exposure to zapping caused her to contract cancer. That's very, very sad. I was zapped during an experiment to determine the intelligence and understanding of the Sasquatch. A friend was with me when the zapping occurred. We were walking down an old road in a small stream and a heavy cover to our right and a rock outcropping on our left. During a verbal tirade designed to elicit response, basically Dad started to call them terrible names. Dad started to insult them in English to their face, okay? Knew that they were out in the woods, insult them. So if they're just a big hairy ape and and have no understanding, they don't understand English and all that, and they don't understand insults, okay? So you can walk up to a gorilla, insult it, say things. It doesn't know if you're saying hi or not. It can go off body language, but we're talking, insulting. So, and again, I know this is anecdotal, but that's what we've got. A response from the Sasquatch, I felt a jolt of electricity. I remember when Dad was telling me that, he said they zapped the crap out of him. He said he felt a jolt of electricity hit me in his right arm, run up my arm, across my chest, and out my left shoulder. I was stunned and stumbled, almost falling to the ground. My friend had a digital voice recorder, a DVR, on his person and was recording when I was hit in the infrasound. He helped steady me up, and I asked him, "Did you feel that?" He responded, "No, but I heard a whooshing noise as you stumbled." Upon returning home and listening to my recording on the DVR, my friend found a loud pop and electric-like crackle at the same moment I experienced the infrasound. So my camera's about to, I've got about 2 or 3 more minutes. I remember Dad telling me this. It happened very similar place to where that portal was. I mean, it's pretty interesting. So that's that. Let's talk about being marked real quick. Being marked, awareness of the Sasquatch presence. Now, Dad was marked, and let's just get into this. This usually happens to those who have had multiple encounters with the Sasquatch after being exposed to infrasound or zapping. The Sasquatch mark an individual and will seek them out if they are in the area where the Sasquatch inhabits. Excuse me. So the Sasquatch will mark you. Basically, it's like, I know that dude, and it's just interesting. This makes you a person of interest, and they will follow and watch you. Many times they will let you know they are watching with nearby, doing wood knocks, whoops, throwing rocks, breaking limbs, pushing over trees, etc. They're going to make their presence known to you. You're not going to see them, but they're going to let you know they're there. A person who is marked often suffers from an interest side effect. The side effect is the witness being sensitive to the presence of Sasquatch. Many people will get the feeling they are being watched, or their sixth sense will tell them that they are in danger. Being marked goes further than this. A person will get a funny feeling inside, or a gut feeling, or they will feel what some describe as pressure. So they'll get that pressure feeling. I, along with many others who are now marked, will get the feeling that Sasquatch are in a near vicinity. There are times we can tell what direction or where the Sasquatch is located. More than once in my research, I would get that feeling that I was and able to accurately pinpoint the location of Sasquatch. A few times, this has resulted in me being able to capture video footage. So Dad talks about, and we're going to stop there. We want to continue in the next section. But Dad talks a lot about being marked, and what that happens is like, hey, they know who you are, they know what's up. I don't know how they know, but they know all that stuff. Do I think I'm marked? I don't know. I've been on Dad with so many hikes, so many, looking for Bigfoots and all that stuff. So I don't know if I am. I'm gonna tell you a story. I went hunting where all this stuff is, where Dad's research area is I was in a spot, and you know how I just got that feeling, that overwhelming feeling of dread. And I'm thinking to myself, Travis, I've got this gun. Dad's put me here. I'll be fine. Just push through. I remember genuinely being very scared, like very, very scared. And then like a scream, like, almost like a woman screaming, like, "Wah!" And, I jumped up and I'm like, "Wah!" I yelled back, "Wah!" like a yell. Like it scared me to death. And, I thought maybe it was just a bird. Maybe it was just like a crane or something like that. The more I thought about it, I'm like, man, I don't know. Like it was in that area that they are all in and all that. And the more I thought about it, I don't know. And I think that's what a lot of these stories can be. It's like, it's anecdotal, so you're not going to prove it to anybody, but it's what happened to me. And I remember how I felt and how much dread I felt before that scream, that audible scream. So I don't know if I've been marked. I'll tell you some more stories about that area, that I've experienced and that other people have experienced. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Sasquatch Awareness Project's reading. I will be showing up to, like I said, the Gatlinburg thing on July the 27th. I'm thinking I don't have a whole lot of books for Dad to sell. I don't know if I'm going to bring that. I want to do something. I'm muddling around having a special knife made. I'm a big knife guy. Dad was a big knife guy. I'm thinking about having some special knives made, maybe with his signature on it, maybe with the logo. I don't know. If you guys want that, put in the comments that you would like that. I don't want it to be like a cheap knife, like a cheap $20 knife. I would like it to be like a family heirloom, like a nice bush crafting knife, kind of something like this. I've got an idea of what I want to do. It'd be a really nice knife, an heirloom that like a very nice survival knife. So anyway, again, just muddling things around, just thinking if you guys would like that. If I could get them, they would probably be about $100 to $125 that I could sell them for, that I could, not make a ton. Might do a batch of 5 or 10. I don't know. But guys, thank you so much again. I love y'all. I'm overwhelmed by you guys and your emails. And if you'd like to email me, you can at tcarp, TCARP 1616 at Yahoo. I do read them. I might not be able to get back to you, but if you take the time and email me, I promise I will read it. Some of you guys are incredible and have like just great grammar and all that. And I'm like, I wish I could write like this. But guys, thank you again. This is T-Carp signing out.